All right. So once again, welcome to all the new students of FI Bmmc to the FI orientation program called Deeksharambh for the year 2021-22 for Department of Mass Media and Communication Skills at Bansanga's SM Shetty Educational Institutes. Our department was established, the Department of Mass Media was established in the year 2009-2010. It has one undergraduate program as of now, which is called the Bachelor's of Arts in Multimedia and Mass Communication. It was earlier known as BMM. This is the profile of the faculty members who are here in the department. The first name is mine, Kalpana Rai Menon. I'm the class in charge for TY, BMM, AD, and Journo. Neena ma'am is the class in charge of SY BAMMC. Sharanya ma'am is class in charge of FY. And Debbie ma'am takes sessions here. She is from the BCom department. Moving on, some of our other faculty members who are here with us, a brief profile. We have visiting faculty members. So apart from 3 of us, we have about 8 visiting faculties. These people are from the industry with more than 10 years of work experience. Some of them are mentioned here. Aprajita ma'am is with First Shot Entertainment. Ranajit sir, who takes photography and design, is a design and communication consultant. We have Chetan Mathur sir, who is a freelance vice president of freelance media journalists, and he is an ex-honorary general secretary, member of Film Writers Association. We have Vibha ma'am, she's a journalist with Times of India. We have Mangesh Karandikar sir, who is a director of MET Institute of Mass Media. We have Narsi sir, who is again a working journalist and a visiting faculty. And we have Vikas Shirode sir, who is a media professional, has his own agency. So as you can see, we have faculty from the industry itself. Neena ma'am and myself, we both have 10 years of industry experience and 10 years of teaching experience. Sharanya ma'am is here with about 4 years of teaching experience. Moving on, the marking system that is there, evaluation system of your course as per the university pattern. So we have 100 marks for each subject. This 100 marks is divided into 25 and 75. 75 marks is a theory paper where it is as per the norms of the university, the pattern that is given. Last year, we've had online examinations which were done through a software. As of now, it is still an online process, but again, as per the university directives, whether it is going to be online or offline will be decided by the University of Mumbai. That is for 75 marks. The rest is 25 marks, which is internals paper. In this 25 marks, the subject teachers decide the bifurcation of the marks. In this 25, 5 marks is for your participation in the class and your attendance. And 20 marks is for internal test or project. It can be a combination of both. There is one written test which is mandatory, and there are subject projects that are given by the subject in charges. So it is upon the subject in charge to decide whether they want to give you, whether it's going to be a combination of these marks or individual marks. So considering that in mind, be careful about your projects and complete them on time. Another thing which is important about this marks allocation and distribution is that basically for your moving ahead to next class or next semester, passing in both these is mandatory. 30 is passing out of 75 here, and 10 is the minimum marks out of 25 that you should secure. In case you get less than 10 in internals, it is considered as a fail in that particular subject. So even though you may have 70 out of 75 in theory, but if you have less than 10 in your internals, it is still considered a KT. Another thing about this system that you need to know, since you're going to be in first semester in first year, they allowed to keep term ATKT is 2 KTs or 2 subjects per semester. So if you have 2 subjects, if you're failing in 2 subjects in Sem 1, or if for any reason you have more than 2 KTs, then you do not get a promotion to the second year. So that is something that you need to be careful about. In your TY, so you will have a specialization of advertising and journalism, which will progress from SY to TY. In TY, you will be selecting either advertising or journalism. There, you have a complete 100 marks practical paper, which is advertising design. And for journalism, it is newspaper and magazine making. So this does not have any theory test. It is completely 100 marks practical paper. This is as per the evaluation system. The next thing I would like to invite Neena ma'am to inform you about the mentor-mentee system that is followed in the department. Neena ma'am.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is the mentor-mentee system that our college has instituted as far as in accordance with the University Grants Commission norms. So all colleges under all universities are required to do this. In our college, the class teacher is the mentor for his or her respective class. Okay, what is the purpose of this? To guide students in their personal and academic growth. So while we may be able to teach you your subjects in your classes, there may be other issues that you may face. There may be things that you want to talk about, including career guidance or sometimes even personal issues. So what happens within the course of 1 year is that your mentor will take up to about 6 meetings, that is 3 in each semester, as if time permits, with all of you in groups, as a whole class, and even individually, depending upon what is it that a particular student requires. It is mandatory for all students to attend their mentoring sessions, because this is a great way to bond with some of your friends, with your teacher, because you're going to be here for 3 years. So, and this is also a place where in an informal situation, you can discuss issues that your confusions may be about your career, your choice of subjects, moving from SY to TY, all of these things, and anything else that you may want help with. And it can, the mentor-mentee system is meant just so that we can facilitate your academic and your personal growth outside the classroom hours. So these sessions are held outside the classroom hours. Can we go to the next one, Kalpana? The next important thing is cyber etiquettes. Since the last year, we are now completely online, and it is most likely to continue for some more time. So it is very important that all of you are very aware of the situations and circumstances that you are in, and that all of us are in. So in 2020, the college created a set of guidelines for online classes, and these were meant for the safety of students and teachers both, and to conduct our classes smoothly. These guidelines are available on the college website for students and parents to read. And the important things that you must remember is that the online classes should be treated as regular classes when it comes to matter of discipline. Okay? Which means that when the classes begin, whatever your time is, you get ready for a class, you are dressed appropriately for a class, you behave appropriately in class. Okay. Now that we have had a year, I think many of you in 11 or in 12 may have used Zoom classes and other online methods. So we are all familiar with it. So all of you need to be able to figure out a place in your home which is comfortable for you where you can turn your camera on. Please understand that teachers are looking at a computer screen and it is very difficult for them to teach anything well if they're staring at a blank screen. So you may not be able to turn on your camera all the days for all the time, but that should not be an excuse to say that you cannot turn it on because there is a network issue or there is someone at home. We all know that. So find a place, find a corner, find the wall, and make sure that you can turn on your camera so that the teachers know who they are talking to and whom they're teaching. Some important things from the cyber etiquette policy that is there on our website. Please be cautious when you are using humor or sarcasm, because when you tell people a joke face to face, that is received differently. But when you are sending a message, an emoji, or some kind of a chat room message, all of these may mean different things in the cyber world, and sometimes they are considered offensive. So please be careful about your language, about your tone, and also be very careful about personal information, not just yours, but others also. So don't misuse that information, and definitely make sure that you go through the cyber policy that is on our website before you start classes. Can we go to the next? Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Kalpana.
Okay, all right. Good afternoon, children. I am Assistant Professor Sharanya Sanoj, and I would introduce you to our departmental association activities that we conduct within our department. So these are some of the activities that we conduct within the department. The first one is mental health. So in the last year, since we've had an online year because of the pandemic, we also felt that it was all the more necessary to keep a session for the students to be able to talk about their psychological well-being and to understand how to take care of stress or any such issues, especially because everyone was within their own homes. So our department had conducted an interactive session on understanding the importance of positive mental health with association of our counselor at our SM Shetty Institute, Ms. Natasha Mehta. Another thing that we also conduct is these sessions called as pathwise. So as we've seen in the previous slides that in the third year, we are expected to select an elective course. That is, either you select advertising or you select journalism as your course in the last year. So to be able to aid you to understand better about both these streams, or what are the career opportunities in these streams, we conduct career orientation sessions under Pathwise, which help you to understand these industries better, which can then help you to make a choice whether you want to select advertising or you want to select journalism. So we call industry experts in these sessions, and they share their knowledge, their expertise, and the industry trends, which can then, of course, help you to make a better decision. We also have this practice of having annual presentations every year. We have student representatives for each class, and each class student representatives prepare an annual presentation of the entire year at the end of the academic year, and give out a gist about whatever that class has done. It may be activities, it may be things that you as a class must have participated in, or you have brought something new to the department. So in an annual presentation, we sum up all the activities that we have done in the department, and we have a jolly gala time doing this annual presentation. Everybody loves to talk about what their class has done. So you being the new FYs, you should already start thinking about what you would want to bring to the department? What new would you want to bring to the department? We also have an Alumni Connect that we do. So we call it Deja Vu. We always strive to have a very strong relationship with our alumni. And we actually have 2 WhatsApp groups now because we are so many of us. So what we do here is we reconnect with them, and we have certain activities planned. All the teachers, all the alumni of various years, we come together and we have a session. The last year we also started a very unique and a very beautiful campaign called as the Ecobrick Campaign. This was an initiative which was done in association with Mission Green Mumbai, and we had also collaborated with the Ministry of Jal Shakti. And what is this Ecobrick campaign? Basically, we are all trying to bring environmental consciousness in everyone, and to be able to action or do something about it. We started with this Ecobrick campaign. So we tried to use plastic bottles, and we were recycling them by using the plastic waste that we generate in our households. We use these plastic bottles and we fill them up with it, and then we create an eco brick. So we started with this campaign last year when we started with an online session altogether. But this was a huge success, and we have collected hundreds of eco bricks in this entire year. The entire college, all the departments, all the students participated in it. And we have also been covered by the government media. We were covered by a radio program and also by the local media. The next is Shame Pain. This is a very unique campaign which was devised by the students of Bmmc. We all are now living in a very digital world, of course, and this has also brought about a lot of body shaming and a lot of issues around this. So to be able to bring in about some awareness, to reduce the bullying, to be able to bring out body positivity, the students decided to come out with this campaign called as Shame Pain. And they have already conducted a webinar in association with the IC, and to be able to bring about some awareness on body positivity. And they will continue to do some more activities under this. Another very beautiful thing that we did the last year is the outreach program. So the outreach program was very unique in its sense, because we were all having an online, we were all in online classes, and we happened to, our coordinator happened to have this idea of, connecting with students of some other local rural, area. And we connected with this really small government school in a small village in Sonbhadra, Uttar Pradesh. And we met those students online. So we conducted various sessions. Our BMM students interacted with the students of composite school, and we exchanged experiences, ideas, how the students could help the children there in a rural village. And it was a very healthy conversation. Not only that, it also brought about a lot of unique experiences. The students were very happy to see college students from a very big city like Mumbai. So that was a very unique campaign that a very unique activity that we started the last year. If you could go to the next slide, please. Okay, so these are the posters. This is the poster for our mental health activity that we did last year. The Ecobrick campaign, we were featured by Ministry of Jal Shakti. These are all our students with their Ecobricks. These are I think this slide just went back. Yeah, and these are the students of Sonbhadra Composite School in Uttar Pradesh. And this is with their teacher. We had two teachers, Mr. Arun Rai and Mr. Brijesh Kumar Maurya, who were helpful to, who were very helpful to, so that we could successfully conduct this outreach program. Yeah, if you could move to the next slide. Okay, so our department also conducts certificate courses. Well, these certificate courses are add-on courses to our existing syllabus. Not that it's part of this, not that it's completely part of the syllabus, but these are something that can help you to improve your skills. To look at the industry today, the kind of trends that are going on, and the kind of skills that are expected from a student. We have planned to conduct 3 certificate courses this year, which is filmmaking and sound editing. There is event management and public relations, and graphic designing. These courses are we've also planned these courses not only in terms of understanding how the industry is running today, and we also took about some feedback from students. We had conducted a session, a workshop for filmmaking the last year. This is Shilpa Krishnan Shukla, who is a writer, director, and producer, and has created many short films. And we also had a session with RJ Dilip the last year, where we talked about the influence of radio and how does it still have a great influence on people. So these are the sessions that also help students realize the importance of being skilled, in the terms of not that you are just taking a degree, but also the fact that you need to be skilled technically to be able to get a job and be career ready tomorrow. So these are the certificates that are planned for you all, which can help you to be career ready tomorrow. Yeah, we could go to the next slide. Right, these are also some other activities that we conduct. We have Carva, which is a department fest that is conducted by the students of BMM. Carva includes many academic and cultural activities which are planned. This is an intercollegiate competition. So the last year we had a lot of participation. We also had participation internationally because Carva was done online. Then we've had career-oriented sessions. We had a webinar especially for the students, since COVID happened. What are the career opportunities now for the students who are passing out after COVID-19 and after the pandemic? So what is to be noted down here? And then we also conduct a week-long session, which is called as debutants, for our freshers, for our FYs. So we conduct certain activities and games under debutants, and we also have industry interactions. So we have guests from the industry who will also orient you about the media as an industry, what are the opportunities there, what are the trends there, where do you stand, how do you grow. The last year we had Bharat Dabholkar, who is a very well-known actor, director, a theater personality, writer, and an ad guru. So we had Bharat Dabholkar, and we also had Mr. George Matthew from Ad Factors. He was the vice president for the section of finance-oriented stories under Ad Factors Public Relations Agency. So these sessions also help you to, have a great kickstart to your Bmmc time here at SM Shetty. I think now we have, I would like to now invite our studio president, Ms. Ritika Shetty, to explain to you and to introduce to you the media club under our department called as the studio. Over to you, Ritika.
Thank you so much, Sharanya ma'am. Let me share my screen. First of all, welcome everyone. How does it feel to be in BMM? No, it's not started yet, but still. That's it. Okay. So, firstly, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. I am Ritika Prakash Shetty from Bmmc Ad, and I would like to welcome you all to the Bmmc department of our college on behalf of all your seniors. So, as you know, these are our faculty members, like our pillars of our department, Professor Karuna Rai Menon, Professor Neena Sharma, and Professor Sarnya Sanoj. The studio. So you must be wondering, what is the studio? So let me introduce you. The studio was started in 2016 and it is the media club of our department. The various activities of our department are conducted by the studios. Various programs, events are conducted throughout the year to give you practical experience on various media related activities. So let's have a look at the various activities we conduct during the entire year. So first one is Filmy Friday. As its name suggests, we screen several films on Fridays, which mainly focus on various social issues. And post the screening of these films are discussed or reviewed by the students. Here's a short glimpse of the Filmy Friday that we conducted online previous year. Thanks to the pandemic, everything is happening online. And this is a glimpse of Filmy Friday when we used to conduct it in the college. It used to be great fun. We used to be in the AV room. We used to screen everything. So it used to be pretty exciting. Next up, we have Y Talk. So Y Talk is short for Youth Talk. This is basically a platform for us to put forth our opinions over the topic of discussion. These topics generally are social issues which is relevant to our field, and this helps us stay aware about the things around us as media students. So let's have a look at how we conducted Y Talk in the past few years. This is from the last academic year. And this is when we used to conduct it in the college, as it is just like Filmy Friday. Even this used to be total fun. We have panelists and we have people from the attendees also talking. And next is something very exciting which I would like to tell you is the first Y Talk is happening today, and I want all of you to join us at 1:30 p.m. after your orientation. So just after your orientation, come to, I'll send you the link and join us for Y Talk. You all can be in the panelist, you all can put forth your opinion. It's just your beginning, so do participate. I'm hoping a huge number of participation from FYs. So don't disappoint me. Okay, next we talk about Carva. So as Sharna ma'am told you, Carva, it is our department's intercollegiate fest, and it is conducted every year, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, everything has been online, but that does not stop us. Carva went international with participants from US, UK and Canada, and we had up to 147 registrations and a good number of participation from various colleges across the globe. So next, this is a glimpse like the winners from last year. Okay, so learning is a constant process of discovery, and we believe that students should keep learning and educating themselves beyond the academic syllabus. I mean, it is so boring to just read it out from the books and just the academic stuff, right? So you should know, you should have practical exposure to all the things that relate to our field. So we conduct several workshops and webinars, and these are a few webinars we have conducted in the past few years. We have conducted graphic designing workshop, We've conducted digital marketing, short filmmaking. We've conducted a national webinar on LGBTQ rights and awareness, job opportunities post-COVID. This was conducted in the beginning of COVID last year. And we have some experts from industry coming and explaining us everything. We have some amazing people on the panel who conduct these workshops and webinars. We had Power and Influence of Radio, which was conducted by RJ Dilip. RJ Dilip is a very famous RJ. He's an RJ on Big FM 91.1. And then we had a How to Be an Independent Filmmaker workshop, which was a pretty long workshop, and everybody loved the workshop. Shilpa Krishnan Shukla, she's a very famous independent filmmaker. You can check out her films and you'll understand how we have the best industry experts coming over and talking to you all. Next is Studio Plus. As we talk about learning from your peers and colleagues makes us understand things better. Hence, Studio Plus is a small initiative and a branch of Studio. Studio Plus is a platform. Oh, someone's annotating. 1 second.
You can do view annotator and check.
Yeah, there's someone called SU Sushant or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Thank you, Sushant, for disturbing my entire. Yeah, thank you so much. That's how I've been welcomed by my juniors. Okay, moving further, Studio Plus, I'll continue. So, as I said, learning from your peers and colleagues makes you understand things better even during your exam. When your classmates teach you, everything gets so easier. It's like, यार class में ये समझने नहीं आया, ये समझा रहा कितना सही लग रहा है. So for this purpose, Studio Plus is a platform for students where students who are equipped with amazing talents share their knowledge with all of us. It can be from any departments. Most of them from our department, from other departments have come and taught us, shared their knowledge and experiences. So this was the stand-up comedy workshop, which was conducted first under Studio Plus, which was conducted by one of our alumni. And next we had beatboxing workshop, video editing workshop, and audio editing workshop was the most recent workshop we conducted last month, in July. So that was the most recent. So Studio Awaz is our official podcast, and we give a platform to every Awaz through this podcast. We air multiple episodes every month where the Inchara is the host, and the podcast consists of several segments which we all relate to. And by the way, this airs on our Instagram page, so do remember to go and follow our Instagram page. Visit smshetty.bmm. So I should see all the people following. I should see a huge number of people following our Instagram page, because everything is being updated on our Instagram page. So apart from these segments, we also motivate a lot of talents by featuring the songs and covers. And we have received covers from students across the country. We have received entries of covers and songs from people who are from different colleges in other states like Chennai, etc. And so far in this academic year, we have had 3 episodes and the teaser episode. So the teaser had around 511 episodes. The first episode being the highly viewed episode, which was 518 views, and second episode had around 230, and episode 3 had 477 views. So moving further, this is just the poster of Studio Awaz. You can listen to all the episodes in our Instagram page. It is all there, and I'm sure you all will love it. So it's super amazing. It's been hosted by our own students, so I'm sure you will relate to it and you'll love it. Next up is Studio Samachar. So being media students, it is important for us to be aware, and
Ritika,
a lot of us are.
Sorry,
Yes?
Can I disturb you? Can you just stop the share for a second, please?
That was a little break, it seems. We'll begin again. Okay. So when we were talking about Studio Samachar. So as I said, a lot of us will be journalism aspirants. A lot of y'all will be future journalists. So this is just the beginning, and our department molds everyone to be ready to be in the industry. So hence Studio Samachar, which was started in the year 2018. It is our news portal, and it covers everything, all events and all programs and everything that happens within our college, and it is covered on our portal. This is how the portal looks. This is how the portal looks. You can go and type Studio Samachar on Google, and you can see the page. All our events have been covered in it. So, and we also have a YouTube channel called Studio Samachar. You can watch the interviews of guests from the industry and several people from the industry. The interviews have been conducted in our college and or online this year and last year. So you can all watch these interviews for a better understanding. And do remember to like, share, and subscribe. That's the most cliched YouTube promotion ever done. So thank you. Okay. Next up, this is our department magazine, Samvarta. So obviously this covers all the articles and artwork and photography. Even the cover page is designed by one of our students. This is an artwork by one of our students. So this covers everything that happens within our department, within our college, and is published during the end of the year for the academic year. So this is Samvarta for you all. Next, I'd like to call the TY Bmmc class representative Sneha Radhakrishnan. She'll be talking to you about the next slides. Sneha, over to you. Where are you? Hi.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so I'm Sneha Radhakrishnan. So next is Studio Night. Studio Night is a lively branch of the studio, and it is handled by the BMMC class representatives. It was started last year. The aim of the initiative is to provide a fun evening for our department students to get along and play exciting new games. Due to the current lockdown situation, this event takes place virtually in Zoom. And the main focus of the Studio Night is to increase familiarity and bonding between the entire department. In the last academic year of 2020 and 2021, we had 3 events in total. The first Studio Night event was held on 8th August 2020. Ritika, please go back. Yeah, thank you. The first Studio Night event was held on 8th August 2020. The TY batch of 2020, 2021 and the current TY students enjoyed the evening by playing Pictionary. The second event was held on 10th October 2020 and the game of the evening was Charades with Twist. It was the first Studio Night event for the first year students who are currently in second year. The third event of the academic year was held on 23rd Jan 2021. The game of the evening was OTT and Chill. Just a week back, we had our first Studio Night event of this academic year 2021 and 2022. Our guest for that evening was the alumni from 2013 batch to 2021 batch of the BMM department. The class reps had organized games and memes for that evening. I must say, it was a very enlightening session for all of us, and it was a trip down the memory lane for the alumni. Ritika, next, please. The Hall of Fame is a WhatsApp group which comprises of all the students of the BMMC department. When he or she does something great, or wins something, or does something for the department, we make sure that an appreciation post goes up in their name, and we appreciate them for their actions or achievements. This group is also the representation of how active and talented our department is. Ritika, next, please. The following are the class representatives of the BMMC department for the academic year 2021 and 2022. The class representatives of TY Act is myself, Sneha Radhakrishnan, and TY Jono is Tejashree Nair. The assistant class representative is Nitya Shinde. The sports representative is Melta Lewis and the cultural representative is Kinjal Ghorpade. Next slide, please. Ishika Shetty from SY on to you.
Can we have
So
Ishika?
I would like to introduce you to the reps of SY-BMMC.
A little louder, Ishika.
So the class representative of SY-BMMC is Farhan Khan. Assistant class rep is Vaishnavi Mulia. Cultural rep is me, Ishika Shetty, and the sports rep is Vrishti Upadhyay. Next.
Is the audio fine for everyone?
No.
It's a little low. Ishika, could you just check your volume?
Yeah, it was
Mic.
Check the volume. I think it must be low. No, it's not there anymore. I think you reduced the volume. It's on mute now.
Hello.
Yeah, it's better.
So our class representatives for this year is Farhan Khan. Assistant class rep is Vaishnavi Mulia. Cultural rep is me, which is Ishika Shetty, and sports rep is Vrishti Upadhyay. Next slide. So Studio Connect is a new initiative taken by the BMM department, where we students of Studio provide our other students from the department with internships as well as job placements. So this department was started this year, and our main motive is to provide internships to all the students so that you get an experience in your field and in the field you are interested in. So the process goes, once we send out a form to you, you have to fill it out, and then we will add you in a group where the first thing you would do is create a LinkedIn and Internshala profile. Second thing is you have to send your CVs to us, and every day you will be given out messages regarding internships and jobs. So now when I do not expect you all to apply as soon as you all start with your lectures, but after 2 months or 3 months, according to your preference, you can message your our teammates, studio mates, and they will offer you all with internships and jobs. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's up to you that you keep your CV amazing after you graduate,
Yeah.
so that you get an amazing job. And it's all up to you to make the best resume possible. We are helping you with almost everything. You will be molded into a best person ever. Just that you have to focus on your lectures. And I sound like a teacher right now, but you have to focus on your lectures. You have to listen carefully to your teachers what they say, because they are from the industry, they are experienced, so they know. And that's all the suggestion I have. And make the best CV possible, because a job is what we all need at the end of our graduation. Next up.
Yeah, I think yours is done or something's left. Okay.
Yeah, let me just introduce you all with the studio team. So the entire studio work is handled by an amazing team which is elected every year, and we all go through a two-tier interview process where we are interviewed by our senior, like the past president and other studio mates had interviewed us, and then we were interviewed by our dear professors, and after that we were shortlisted for this role. So myself, Ritika Prakash Shetty, I am from TYBMMC AD, and I'll be always eager to help you. It's just I am there in your group also. You all can ping me, not anytime during the day, and I'll do the best that I can help you with anything you need academically, and like related to the college, not personally, of course. And then there's Tanmay Gohil, he's from Bmmc, he's the secretary for this year. And Ishika Shetty, who you just heard, she's the Studio Connect in charge. So Ishika and her team will help you with the internships, whatever they shortlist amazing internships for you all. So it's just that you have to go and apply. That's the one simplest thing y'all could do, because you've been given a great exposure. Next, we have the social media team. We have a very nice Instagram page. We are on Facebook, and we are on Twitter, and we are on YouTube, and every possible social media, obviously, because we are the mass media department. So we have to be present everywhere. This is handled by Deepak Gupta from TYBMMC Ad, and Nitya Shinde and Harman Kaur. Nitya is from TY and Harman is from SY. All these people, amazing, beautiful people, take care of our social media. They make amazing creators for our social media. They write amazing content on our social media. Then we have the Studio Awaaz team. As you know, Studio Awaaz is our podcast, and making a podcast, as you think, it's just not posting a sound on your social media. They have to go through a lot of things. These people write, then they have to get checked, and the script is edited, and the inchara is shortlisted, and the video and sound is coordinated and edited. All these things gives you an amazing episode. So again, I'm not promoting, it's just that you are a part of the department. And after us, I am in TY, I'll be graduating. After us, you will be assisting the current SYs in the department work. So you should be aware. So go follow our Instagram. Our podcast is there. It's a must listen, because these people work really hard, day and night, to make things possible. And next is Studio Samachar team. Pragati Tiwari, she's from TYBMMC Journalism. She's the editor-in-chief. She's an amazing writer. Then Tejashree Nair, Vaishnavi Mulya, Pratham Gore, and Sai Saranya Menon. These people are really great at their jobs. Like as you must have noticed, these people have been given dual roles in the team, just because they've been picked among so many people. Like imagine a class of 70 and one person has been selected. These people are doing an amazing job. Studio Samachar, go and read our articles and our YouTube channel, check it out. Next is Mandira and Dolcy from SYBMMC. They look after Studio Plus. Studio Plus, they coordinate with the students, they organize, they make posters, they look after the entire functioning of Studio Plus events. So I really appreciate my team. These are my, it's like I feel like a proud mother. I shouldn't say that, but I feel like a proud mother with these people working around, and we are living in a good harmony, and like these are amazing set of people. I'm not even exaggerating. And obviously it all becomes I've added the pictures of our pillars, Kalna ma'am, Neena ma'am, and Sharanya ma'am at the beginning, because all this is not possible without these teachers supporting and helping us. They constantly keep assisting us and helping us in every which way possible. They have guided us in every which way possible. So thank you so much. That's about it. That's about from my side. If you have any questions, please drop it in the chat box. I'll be very eager to answer all of them. And finally, our social media. You can connect us on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a must follow, because everything related to the jobs and all job offers have been posted on our LinkedIn page, and we have our Facebook page as well. So I suggest that all of you follow us on all social medias to stay aware about everything that is happening in our department. And lastly, welcome to Bmmc. We are a family now. So please don't hesitate to ever text me during the day. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Choti Mama. So we'll take it from Ritika now. Thank you for that wonderful presentation, heartfelt presentation that the studio team has given. Of course, it makes all the teachers very proud. Look at all the class reps and the studio team. They have done half the work. So we are expecting all FYs also to join in and be a part of this. We have amazing activities. Moving on from here, we need to talk about outcome-based education, and that Neena ma'am, will you be able to share the screen?
Yes. Yes.
I think principal sir is here maybe, or who's entered with iPhone? Okay, I'm adding the person.
So you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So I think, this is the right place for us to present this thing called outcome-based education. What the reps have done is actually an outcome of all these 3 years of what they have gone through and which we try to achieve. The studio activities, the success of studio activities, and the fact that if you've noticed the new students that their presentation perhaps was far more elaborate and detailed than what we did as teachers. So as students of media, especially, you are expected to have certain skills at the end of your 3 years. And to be able to do that, there are defined outcomes of the program. Now, all these, that is the Bmmc program, there are defined outcomes which come to us from the university. All of these are listed and are there on our website, which you will get to see. You should see. In fact, if there are parents with students today, you should make it a point that you go to the website, explore it, and look at these program outcomes. So I've not put up everything here, but just giving you some idea of how these work. So there are 14 points in the program outcomes of the Bmmc program. What do they talk about? They essentially give an idea that after these 3 years of having gone through the program, what skills should you be equipped with? So you, for example, need to have multiple skills to be in this industry. If you are looking at an industry like public relations, it is connected with skills in journalism, skills in writing, skills in presentation, all of these. So this is an industry that requires multifaceted personalities. And so we try and build up these talents in all of you. The program prepares students for many different careers that exist in the media industry, whether it is in advertising, public relations, or journalism. The other thing also is that, like all other streams that people go to, whether it is a pure science, pure arts program, you must know and understand that media studies is a big field of study. It is not necessary always that you finish your 3rd year of study and then you need to become a director, an assistant director, or an executive producer, or a journalist. Like you people study, do their post-graduation, PhD, and all of this, there is immense scope in the field of media and communication studies to go ahead and do plain research, plain studies, and look at that also as an option. So the program makes sure that we give you and skill you in these various aspects of the industry, and also to help you focus on advanced study. The program equips the learners with professional skills essential for making careers in entertainment industry, in OTT platforms, on social media platforms, etc. So if you now have seen what Ritika has talked about and what Sneha and what Ishika has talked about, these are all events that the department conducts regularly, so that you know what are the things that are happening within the industry, how is the industry oriented, and how is it that you can make an entry into the industry. it is very essential that you are in touch with people who are in the industry. So we organize our alumni meets, our alumni who are placed, they come to you. Professionals come to you during Pathwise and other programs to talk about what skills you should gather while you are still in college to be able to make a mark in the industry. Studio Connect is the newest initiative which is helping people to take up internships, because the media industry, unlike other industries, does not look only for a pass certificate or a mark sheet. It looks for people who are willing to take some risk, willing to work, willing to make their connections in the industry, and they will look for experience. You cannot at the end of third year expect that you will go to an advertising agency or to a newspaper or a news channel saying, here I am, I finished my TY, these are my marks, please give me a job. It most of the time does not work like that. And by the time you finish your TY, it is most likely not to work like that at all, because things change very rapidly within this industry. The program has specific objectives so within this program, each of the course that is each subject has specific objectives. And when your teacher takes up that subject, he or she will acquaint you with those objectives. And the way the subject is taught, the kind of projects you are supposed to do are all meant to be able to achieve those objectives. And it is a graded course in the sense that what you learn in first year, you will be able to use and apply that. And that will make your second year more fruitful. And the combined outcomes of those 2 years will help you make a wise choice between journalism, advertising, and eventually your career. So it is very important that you understand what objectives the program has, what objective each course has, and work towards achieving those skills. Each activity of studio and the department, all the workshops that we organize and all the certificate courses that we try and organize are meant to be able to achieve these program outcomes. So I ask you all once again, students and parents, to please go to the college website, and we can also give you the link on your WhatsApp group. You can have a look at the college website and go through the program outcomes and know that this is what is expected out of you by the time you graduate. And to be able to achieve that, you are supposed to pay enough attention to each subject, learn them well, and make sure that you acquire whatever skill that particular subject is supposed to give. Thank you. Any questions on that? Kalpana ma'am, if you'd like to add something.
No, I think students should, like you said, they should check because each subject has a different outcome. So you need to go through the PDF to get to know what is exactly required. That will also help you in selection of your subjects when you come to SY and TY. So yes, if there are any questions from the audience so far on anything that has been taken, please feel free to ask now. And we'd also like to see some videos on. Can we have a quick, question answer before we move on to the final few things? Everyone, we would all like to see everybody would like to see everybody, I'm guessing. Okay, Neena ma'am has already posted that syllabus link in the group. If you have gone to the website for your admission, you will know where to find the syllabus anyways. Yeah, do you guys have any questions on the activities, the program, the course, the subjects, anything said so far? No? Okay. So Sharanya ma'am, if you could open that subject link so that we can show them the subject also from the website. Meanwhile, I'll cover the other topics and we'll come back to the subject link then. Right? The FY subjects which is there on the website. So yeah, all right. So moving on, we'll go ahead and look at the other things that were there. This was already told to you. The next thing that is research activities of the department. Is there anyone in the audience, any student, FY student, who has already done any research work? Have you written a research article, or have you done it for your project or anything? If so, please raise your hand. No one has done that? Okay. So research is an important part of your academics, and we have research subjects in your SY and TY. Also, in your first year, you have subjects like current affairs, which is about knowing, which is keeping up to date with what is happening in the world as such. In SY, you have this mass media research. I hope the screen is visible. If someone can confirm that.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in second year, in SEM 4, you will have mass media research. This is about researching on any topic related to mass media. This is an introduction to what research actually is. It is a, if you learn it with practical, this thing, it is much better so that you can incorporate it in your work and also in your TY subject that you have. In TY, you have advertising and marketing research, which is a compulsory paper again. So here the students get to learn about the different aspects of research, building up on what you have already learned in second year. In third year, students are expected to do a live research with at minimum sample size of 125, surveys taken from people. So students will get to practically implement this advertising and marketing research. This is something that you can also put in your CVs and this can be a great conversation point in your interviews. And if you do it on a brand that where you want to work on, then this should be a great talking point and an entry point for any company. So this is with respect to the subjects that are there in the class. And we have something known as Avishkar, which is a national level research competition. This is meant for students and PhD students, UG, PG, and PhD students. It is at a national level. So last year, 10 students from BMM have participated in it. And yeah, 2 students from our college have got selected for the state level competition. This is generally this particular competition looks at social research. It gives more importance to social research. Students who take up this mass media research and advertising and marketing research, they are also advised to take up a topic which they could present in Avishkar, so that the entire work gets noticed and it is taken to a next level. This is an important thing for students. If you want to do your post graduation, if you want to study abroad, getting a certificate from Avishkar, even a participation certificate, because not all papers are accepted. So even acceptance here and getting to on a higher level of competition is a prestigious thing for students. So we will be having a short this thing on how to conduct research sometime again. We've already had one session, but we'll do one more before Avishkar opens its applications, and we would like all of you all to participate in that. Apart from this, the college has its own students research convention. It is a research competition, intercollegiate national level research competition, where students can present papers and there are awards for it. Again, this is also prestigious because out of 2,400 students that are there in the college, if you win a particular competition or even if you participation itself is great, because everybody cannot write a research paper and everybody's paper does not get selected. So only selected research papers get to present and be in the competition itself. So these are the 4 levels of research activities that are conducted in the college. Moving on, career guidance and placement. Ishika from SYBMM from Studio Connect has already told you about the activity here. So just to add a little to what Ishika said, so after the Studio Connect team gives you a form to fill and you decide, or you have to tell which area of which area of work that you like, they will be creating groups and they will be posting the They will be posting the job opportunities, the internship opportunities in individual groups related to the interest that you have shown. As of now, like within this year till now, I think they have covered about 30 companies. 30 internship opportunities have been extended to students. Again, as it was mentioned before, it is up to students to want to do this. So we are bringing the opportunities to you. You have to apply and you have to do the work. So again, internships, how do they help you? See, you are in first year, maybe some of you are not clear on what is it you want to specialize in. Working with the company will tell you what you should be doing. What is it that is good for you, or what is it that you will be good at. So this is something that internship is something that you should definitely do, especially when you have your breaks and stuff. A 3-month internship is something that is a good consideration. Anything less than that does not really have value. So if you join some place, do stick around for 3 months. For freshers, generally the internships are not paid for, they are free. Very few internships companies pay, because it is actually a training session where you get to do live work in a company. Apart from the department Studio Connect, we have a college placement cell which is there in place, and placement cell organizes its own placements through getting companies to come and do campus placement from college itself. Here again, the information is given to students well in advance. Opportunities are shared on WhatsApp group, especially because this is going on online, and students have to apply and go for the interview wherever and whenever it is fixed. So we have these two things for our placement. As far as career guidance is concerned, so internships definitely help you. Placement cell conducts career guidance and counseling sessions where they tell you about different opportunities. So we have a competitive exam cell, which you must have heard before. Competitive exam cell orients students on different competitive exams that are there. And in BMM, Sharanya ma'am has already spoken about Pathwise. We have Pathwise, which is exclusively dedicated to making you interact with industry people so that you can come to know more about how the work scenario is and what is it that you're expected to do. Another thing that Ritika mentioned was, or I think Sharanya ma'am mentioned, was the this BMM Deja Vu and the Alumni Guardian Angel program. So our own alumni who are well placed in the industries, they come back and connect and talk to you. We have this Guardian Angel program where they come and interact with the students, and if you are interested, they will take you on as a mentee, and they will also help in guiding you in your professional front. So these are the career guidance and placement opportunities there. Sharanya ma'am, do you have the syllabus with you now?
Yes,
Okay,
I'll share my screen.
let's look at that first before going to the PTM.
Is this visible?
Yeah.
So this is SEM 1. So this is semester 1 here. You have 6 subjects. In detail, you can look at what the syllabus, what is there in every subject, and also you can look at what are the course outcomes for each subject. So this is for EC1, effective communication. Similarly, you will find this for every subject, and you have 2 semesters per year. So we can also just look at SEM 2 subjects.
This is there on the website. So yeah.
Yeah. So these are the subjects for SEM 2.
Sharanya
Similar-
ma'am, if just wait here, let me just tell them a little bit about these subjects.
Yeah.
So if effective communication, like in your first time also, it is about the basics of communication you will learn here. Foundation course is something which covers information on different aspects of rights and duties and things like that. Sharanya ma'am, would you like to add on that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it talks about Indian society. It covers general aspects on the judicial system, politics, environmental issues. It's a base study for most of our subjects. So we just progress from foundation course, and then we study about reporting and current affairs as other subjects. So foundation course is like a base subject, and we talk about various issues that are there in our society.
Also EC, if you could speak about, and content too.
Yeah, so effective communication is divided into two parts. Of course, in the first semester, we talk about the basics of communication in effective course part 1. And we also study about the intricacies in our communication. We talk about body language. We talk about the theories by Edward de Bono, and just the intricacies, like not exactly communication as we understand. We generally talk about communication as just, we do oral communication or we do written communication, but we talk about how communication is as a study, and we also talk about how it evolved from oral to written to what we do today. And then we come to content writing. Content writing is a very new subject in the current syllabus, but it is also something which is very required by the industry per se, because wherever you go, whichever industry you choose, you will always have content to create and content to write, especially with digital media being the latest the trending industry that is there right now. So content writing teaches us about how to write, what are the basics of writing content, and it also introduces us to a little bit of how does it work on the web. Yeah.
Intro to advertising is a subject which will talk about the basic concepts in advertising. It will tell you about the message, the structure, the media, the mode, and the communication process. A little bit about advertising agencies, their departments, and stuff like that. This intro to advertising is further enhanced in your SY and TY. In TY, you have a complete subject on agency management, and you have advertising and marketing research that we just spoke about. So it also covers promotion tools, promotion mix. Okay, intro to journalism. Nina ma'am, would you like to talk about that?
So, introduction to journalism, introduction to advertising, media, gender, culture, all of these are part of your new course structure, which we refer to as the Bmmc structure in place of BMM. Introduction to journalism essentially gives you an overview of concepts within journalism, terms that you should be very familiar with. Just because you are studying media, it does not matter whether you are going to take up advertising, journalism, public relations, whatever it is that you do in third year or later in life. The one thing that you must be very sure is that media is considered this interdisciplinary field of study, meaning all aspects of life or public life, all aspects of the media world, all of this you must be aware of. So introduction to journalism gives you ideas about what constitutes news, for example, or what makes an event newsworthy. How do you select something and say that, okay, this is going to be on my newspaper and this is not going to be on my newspaper? Who decides this? How do you, for example, look at a newspaper. Why is the newspaper structured the way it is? How do you select what goes on the first page and what goes on the last page of a newspaper? Not everything in a newspaper is news. So what are the other things in the newspaper called? Many of you may be very good writers and are willing to write, but you may not be the kind of people who are running from one place to another to cover breaking news, but you still want to write. So there are things like features, etc., which are very important part of newspaper writing, magazine writing. You may be willing to do those. So it'll give you an introduction to those ideas, and also through your projects, you will be able to practice writing some of these. How does one write an article, for example, in newspaper? There must be some structure to it, right? If you are careful, then you should be able to observe those structures. That is part of learning introduction to journalism, that all news items are structured in a particular way. As we read them, we ignore because we think that, okay, this is expected. But then people who write follow a particular pattern. How are the headlines written? What things do you keep in mind when you're writing a headline to make sure that it is factual, but yet interesting and not sensational? So these are all different aspects of introduction to journalism that you will read about in that particular paper.
Sharanya ma'am, can we go to the SEM 1? This was SEM 2, I think.
Yes, this was SEM 2.
Yeah.
This is SEM 1.
Yeah. We've already talked about EC and FC, which is similar to what's there. FMC and history, if any one of you would like to cover.
So I'll talk about fundamentals of mass communication and history of media, and that difference between the two. Fundamentals of mass communication essentially talk of everything or all tools that are used to communicate to mass audiences. So what we refer to as traditional media, your newspapers or anything within the print media, newspapers, magazines, pamphlets, anything else that you may want to be talking about, television, radio, movies, all of these. Not so much about the history as much as about how they work to making and creating communication, what kind of impact these various different kind of things can have. For example, what is it that a newspaper can do that a radio cannot do, perhaps, or a radio can do and a television cannot do? Which kind of societies adjust best to what kind of mass communication tools? So how best can you, if you learn the pros and cons of these tools, then you know how best to use them and in what situation. So although we are looking at this whole new internet fueled media, there is still a big space in it for television, for radio, for movies, which is a completely different experience than watching anything on television. So they have their own place, they have their own impact. How do we best as creators of media content decide when to use what for what kind of purpose? There is also interesting there are interesting topics within that paper, like folk media, for example, or folk culture. How have societies have evolved to create their own forms of communication to be able to communicate to bigger gatherings, even if not to like a whole country, but within their own communities. How have folk dance, folk songs, folk plays, for example, contributed to the world of communication? So that is fundamentals of mass communication. What kind of things, and like Sharanya ma'am has talked about in EC, there are things, barriers to communication and all of that. Those points are also talked about here again with reference to mass communication, meaning not everything can be conveyed to people using the same mass media. You may need to tailor make your communication and the tool that you are using. So that is your understanding of mass communication. History of media is essentially history as we know it of how these different forms have evolved. What are the milestones in all of these? and what kind of changes have happened in India and outside India in terms of development of these different forms. How have films evolved? How have the themes within films evolved? Later on, when you go to second year, there is a subject on film communication, which is a compulsory subject. So the grounding for that will come here. Your grounding for journalism, etc., will also come from understanding of history of media.
Okay, about current affairs, like you see, you media people need to know about it. This is a precursor to a lot of subjects later on in your SY and TY. So you will start with the learning about local news, learning in the sense that this is a practical paper again. Every day, people are supposed to carry their newspapers and read out articles, and there's a discussion on the topic. As per syllabus, there are structures given: local news, national news, UN news, etc. But whatever is contemporary on a day-to-day basis, that becomes part of your syllabus. So we will be having local news, national news, news on sports, news on culture, new international news, that is part of it. You have an exclusive section on United Nations and its working, its different departments, security, council, etc. Working of the WHO and UNO and all those organizations. Then you have exclusive section on the news of Maharashtra, about and on Maharashtra. And you have news which covers agricultural section, and there is one more section to be covered in current affairs, is all the technology that is being used in media, and including latest apps and latest technology used in journalism and reporting. So that is about current affairs. Is there anything which is different in EC and foundation course, Sharanya ma'am, which is covered in first year?
No.
All right. So these are your subjects. Yeah, I mean, you can always look at it in detail in the website. Link has already been given to you. So we can move on ahead then. If you can stop the share, thank you. Students, if you have any question right now, you may ask related to subjects if you have anything. If no, it's fine. We will move on to the next thing. I hope this is visible. Career guidance is done. Parent teacher meeting. Neena ma'am, will you cover this?
So all parents, both in online and offline situations, are expected to be part of parent teachers meeting. Normally, we try and organize them at least twice in one semester. If required, sometimes parents of defaulter students especially may be required to meet teachers online or offline, depending upon the condition, more than twice. So if a student is repeatedly a defaulter, does not attend classes, or does not submit projects, etc. on time, then other than the meetings that are scheduled, the students can, the students' parents or guardians may be asked to meet the teacher. Also remember that this is a forum where all parents can come and discuss their wards are facing, what issues their wards are facing. So this is a platform for them to give feedback, for them to express their concerns, for them to give suggestions to the teachers on how to deal with your issues better. So it is a forum essentially for parents to voice their concerns and issues, and for teachers also to tell the parents what how their wards are functioning. So we normally, every month we do, each class teacher will create what is called a defaulter list based on your attendance, and that list, your subject attendance for the month for each student and your cumulative attendance will then be shown to the parents within that parents meeting, so that they have an idea about the kind of classes you are attending, not attending. They have some idea of the number of classes that are being conducted throughout the month. So that is the purpose of parent teachers meeting. Also, that we've mentioned attendance defaulters. All attendance defaulters are required to submit extra assignment and work as the class teacher and the subject teacher see fit. If not, then why is that required? Because attending defaulters may be stopped from writing exams. In that case, you would not have any way to gather the marks that you need to get promoted. So you will be asked to do assignments, which is not to say that you need to, you can stay out of the class and say, oh, I'm a defaulter, but you have a provision for defaulter assignment. That is not the point. It is completely at the discretion of the department, the teachers, the subject teachers, and the coordinator as to whether a student should be allowed to write exams or not if that person is a habitual defaulter. But do know that if you are a defaulter, even if you are a defaulter, let's say for medical reasons, etc., you may be asked to do extra work to compensate for what you have missed by not attending classes. Kalpana ma'am, should we add the fact that if they have missed classes because of medical reasons, etc., those, or are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So 75% attendance is mandatory as per university rule. That is something that you have signed on as undertaking, and parents will be again asked to sign that undertaking in their very first meeting itself. Okay, which means that if you do not have an overall 75% attendance, you may be stopped from writing internal exams, you may be stopped from writing final exams. All of that is a possibility. However, if you have been absent from class because of any medical reason, that you've been unwell, you've been treated by a doctor, then please make sure that you get a medical certificate signed, sealed by a doctor, which is given to your class teacher promptly at the end of the month. सितंबर खत्म हो गया तो मिड अक्टूबर में डिफॉल्टर लिस्ट आने के बाद नहीं देना कि अरे डिफॉल्टर लिस्ट में नाम आ गया, नाउ आई हैव मेड माई सेल्फ अ मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट. नहीं, end of the month you give your medical certificate. And if that's not possible, let your class teacher know that you are unwell and that you will get your medical certificate at some future date. So that is very important.
All right. Moving on, we have the Alumni Association. So BMM, like it, the first batch started in 2009. First pass out batch is 2012, and we have WhatsApp groups. This is exclusively of BMM I'm talking about. We have 260 members in the group. We have a LinkedIn page. Let me just show it to you. Oh, okay, this requires a sign in, so we'll leave that. We have a LinkedIn page where our alumni are a part of the group. You may want to sign in there and connect with them. As you know, jobs and your links and jobs are what promise get you your internships and recommendations and stuff. So it's a good idea that first year students, if you don't have LinkedIn account, which I don't think many would have now, but this is something that you need to look at. We also have a college alumni association where all the pass out students of our college are members of it. After you finish your TY, during your graduation ceremony, everybody is made a part of the Alumni Association. We have annual meetings of Alumni Association. There is an exchange of information between current students and the alumni. Whether it is knowledge exchange, whether it is experience exchange, or whether it is help in your jobs and internships. This is what is done through Alumni Association. Another thing is, I have already mentioned to you that we have our own Guardian Angel program where our alumni mentor our current students, for, of course, those who are interested in that. So, again, I hope this screen is visible. All right. Yeah. Some of our placements, or some of our alumni who are well placed, as you can see the names here. We have Alban Amicat, who is placed working with Disney India. Ditipriya is a freelance writer for Disney. Sonia Justin is with Chaitra Leo Burnett. It is an advertising agency. We have Monica in a PR firm, which is Current Global. Whistling Woods is Weber is working with Whistling Woods. If you heard of Subhash Guy's Whistling Woods, this is again a content and a PR company, Flying Cursor Interactive. Osif Kherani is working there. I'll just read out the names of the companies. So we have our students in Digital Republic. Quite a few are here in Digital Republic. We have Rasika, who's from our 2012 batch, who's with Pink's Villa. She has extended a lot of internship opportunities for our current students. So all these people who are placed, they're all there on our LinkedIn, and they all help out current students with their internships and jobs. Alban is the one who helped Diti Priya, and in fact even Osed. His name is not here, but yeah. So our alumni is pretty active in helping out students who want that extra thing, who are out there to. So it is up to you to get the maximum from the existing resources. Sachi and Sachi is a leading advertising agency. Plymouth University, Trisha is the coordinator for that particular university. Aritra is a writer with the Frontier. Upgrade or Upgrad is where Irene is working. I think some of you must have used their YouTube videos and things. Endemol Shine, Linford has worked for your big boss last year or something like that. Colosseum Media, Jinsi is into event management. And Jay Dodia is a line producer with Off-Road Films. These are just a few of our names. We have already had students from 2012 who are placed. So either they are working or they are doing their PG. And they are all there to, they're very forthcoming. And in all our meetings, quite a lot of our alumni interact, and they are there to help all of us. So that's about it from us. Thank you for patiently listening. We would like to know from you, we would like some questions, any queries, anything that you have in mind. I hope that some parents too are attending. So if you have any queries and questions, do bring them up, and we'd like to resolve it now.